The end of Outlander has begun. Season 8, Episode 1 is not just another chapter, it is the beginning of the final journey for Jamie and Claire. The trailer has arrived, and in just a few breathtaking shots, it gives us heartbreak, danger, and a powerful reminder that love can outlast even time itself. The world of Outlander is about to close its last pages, and every frame of this first look is a promise. The story will end, but not without fire, passion, and unforgettable battles. Outlander has always been more than just a love story. It is about survival, destiny, and sacrifice. When we left Season 7, Jamie and Claire had faced yet another storm in their lives. The American Revolution was rising, and danger was pressing in from every side. Their love, which has carried them across time, across wars, and across heartbreak, stood strong once again, but it was clear. The fight is far from over. The trailer for Season 8 opens with echoes of this struggle. We see flashes of battlefields, the sound of drums and muskets, and the heavy silence of a world on the edge of chaos. Claire's voice cuts through, calm but filled with sorrow, as if she knows that the days ahead will test everything she has ever believed in. Jamie, standing tall with fire in his eyes, looks older, wiser, and yet still burning with the same fierce spirit that first captured us so many years ago. The context is clear. The war is no longer just a backdrop, it is the stage where everything will be decided. But it is not only the war that threatens them. Time itself has always been their greatest enemy. The trailer hints at this again, showing shadows of the past and flashes of the future, as if reminding us that Outlander is not only about history, it is about bending time to the will of love. For fans, this trailer is more than just a tease. It is a reminder of how far we have come. From Claire's first steps through the stones to the endless trials she and Jamie have endured, Season 8 feels like the last great test. Stakes have never been higher, and the first look tells us that no character, no bond, and no promise will be safe from the fire that is about to begin. The trailer wastes no time in pulling us into danger. It begins not with a reunion, but with silence broken only by the low beat of a war drum. We see a field drenched in fog, soldiers moving like shadows, and then the camera cuts sharply to Jamie. His face hardened, his eyes fixed on something we cannot yet see. This is not the same Jamie we met years ago. He looks like a man carrying the weight of too many battles, a man who knows that this war will demand more than he can give. Then the tone shifts. A flash of Claire appears, her voice echoing over the chaos. She says words that feel like both a warning and a confession, words that linger like ghosts. Time is running out. And so are we. That one line sets the stage for everything to come. The trailer wants us to know this is the last fight, the last love story, the last crossing of fate. Quick cuts follow, guns firing, flames rising, men falling to the ground. But the trailer is clever. It doesn't just show us war. It also shows us the tender pieces that make Outlander what it is. We see Claire and Jamie standing together in candlelight, holding hands, their faces close. The camera doesn't linger on their love for long, but just enough for us to feel that even in the middle of fire, they still find light in each other. There are also glimpses of characters who return, their faces marked by fear, anger, or loss. And then there is a shadow, a figure we cannot yet name. But the way the trailer frames them, it is clear. This person will change everything. Whether they are friend or enemy is left unanswered, but their presence is a promise of fresh conflict. The first look also teases something bigger, flashes of standing stones. Images blurred between past and future, reminding us that Outlander will always be about more than muskets and blood. Time is a weapon, and in this final season, it feels like it may finally turn against our heroes. By the end of the trailer, we're left with a single image. Jamie and Claire looking out at a horizon lit with fire. Not a sunrise, not a sunset, but a burning future that may take everything they have left. It is haunting, powerful, and unforgettable. Every frame of this trailer feels like a farewell gift to the fans who have followed Outlander for years. It is not just a preview, is a promise that Season 8 will honor the story, the characters, and the emotions that have carried us this far. The first look reveals not only the action, but also the fine details that speak louder than the gunfire. Let's begin with the visuals. The costumes in Season 8 carry the weight of history. Jamie's coat is darker, heavier, showing the toll of war and age, yet stitched with pride. Claire's gowns feel simpler, stripped down from earlier seasons, almost as if her character has shed luxury for survival. The dirt on their clothes, the sweat on their brows, it all signals that this final chapter is not about beauty, but about endurance. The show is grounding itself in realism, reminding us that this is not a fairy tale ending, but a war story written in blood and sacrifice. The sets and landscapes are equally powerful. Wide shots of smoky battlefields cut against quiet moments. In stone houses and flickering candlelight, the contrast tells us that this season will swing between chaos and intimacy, between the roar of cannons and the whisper of two lovers holding each other in the dark. There are glimpses of standing stones shrouded in mist, reminding us that the element of time travel, the heartbeat of this entire series, is not done with them yet. The faces of returning characters bring both comfort and fear. We see familiar allies standing with Jamie, but also signs of weariness and doubt in their eyes. Some look ready to fight to the death, while others seem broken, as if they already know how the war will end. The camera lingers on Brianna for a split second, holding her child, and in that brief shot, we see the entire weight of legacy, the future that depends on Jamie and Claire's survival, and then there are the mysteries. A hooded figure walks. Through firelight, their face hidden, their steps slow and deliberate. Who are they? A new enemy? A savior? The trailer does not answer, and that silence is deliberate. It invites us to wonder, to question, and to prepare for twists that only Outlander can deliver. This first look is not about spoiling the plot. It is about setting the mood. It tells us that every battle, every whispered confession, every tear, and every kiss will carry the weight of finality. Outlander is not just closing a story, it is closing an era. And from what we see here, it will not go quietly. The Outlander Season 8 trailer is not only about action, war, and mystery. It is about emotion. Every line, every glance, every shadow carries the weight of finality. This is not just the continuation of a story, it is the closing of a legend. And the trailer makes sure we feel it in our hearts before a single episode even airs. At its core, Outlander has always been about love, tested by time. Jamie and Claire's bond has survived centuries, wars, betrayals, and unimaginable pain. Yet in the trailer, we sense a new fragility. Their hands still find each other in the dark, their eyes still lock with that same fierce devotion. But there is an unspoken truth lingering between them. This journey is ending. Their love has always felt eternal, but eternity is suddenly finite. That is the beauty and the heartbreak the trailer delivers. It reminds us that even the strongest love story must one day face goodbye. The theme of sacrifice burns through every shot. Jamie rides into battle, not for glory, but to protect his family. Claire walks into danger, not for herself, but for the future of those she loves. The American Revolution looms as a storm, but the real battle is inside their hearts. How much can they give before they lose everything? The trailer whispers that in the end, true love is measured not by what it gains, but by what it is willing to lose. Another powerful layer is the theme of destiny. The standing stones appear again, a haunting reminder that time itself has shaped every step of this journey. For years, Claire has crossed through centuries, fighting against fate and bending history. Now it feels as if fate is closing in, refusing to be cheated one last time. The flashes of past and future in the trailer are not just dramatic, they are warnings. The story that began with a single step through time must now face the consequences of that choice. And finally, there is the theme of legacy. We see Brianna holding her child, Roger standing with resolve, and other characters looking toward the horizon. Their eyes speak of a future that will live or die based on Jamie and Claire's choices. This is not only their story anymore, is the story of generations. The trailer makes it clear. The sacrifices of the past will shape the future. Forever, as the trailer closes with Jamie and Claire staring into a burning horizon, it feels like a farewell letter to the fans. It's not a quiet goodbye, but a blazing one. Outlander is promising that its final season will not only end a tale, it will seal it into history. The emotions are raw, the themes are powerful, and the weight of an ending is undeniable. The trailer for Outlander Season 8, Episode 1, is more than just a preview. It is a warning, a farewell, and a promise all at once. It tells us that the journey we started years ago is finally reaching its end. Jamie and Claire have walked through centuries, through blood and fire, through time itself. Now the story is preparing to close its final chapter. But this is no quiet ending. The trailer makes it clear. The last season will not fade. A weight will burn, will test love, break hearts, and remind us why Outlander has become one of the most unforgettable shows of our time. Battle cry to the final whisper of devotion. This season will demand our attention, our tears, our faith in a love that has carried us across 8 seasons. This is the end of an era, and every fan who has walked this path will feel the weight of it. The first look shows us not only the danger of war, but the beauty of connection, the sacrifice of family, and the unshakable truth that Jamie and Claire's love has never been about survival, it has been about legacy. What they leave behind, the lives they touch, the history they change, that is the heart of Outlander. So now the question falls to us, the fans. What did you see in this trailer that shook you the most? Is it Jamie's battle-worn eyes? Claire's haunting words about time running out? Or that final image of 2 lovers staring into a burning horizon? This story is not only theirs, it belongs to us too. The wait is almost over. Season 8, Episode 1 is coming in 2026, and it will begin the final journey. A journey of war, of time, of sacrifice, and of love. And when the last frame fades to black, Outlander will live forever, not in the stones, not in the battles, but in the hearts of those who believed in a love that could cross centuries. So tell me, what moment from the trailer gave you chills? Which character are you most afraid to lose? How do you want Outlander's final chapter to end? Share your thoughts below, because this is not just a show, it is a legacy we all carry together. Outlander is more than a television series. It has become a journey across time, across generations, and across the very fabric of storytelling itself. From Claire's first step through the standing stones to Jamie's unshakable devotion, this saga has woven history with fantasy, heartbreak with hope, and love with destiny. Now, with Season 8, we stand at the edge of that story's horizon. The trailer reminds us that the end is not only about battles and farewells, it is about what remains after the last war has been fought, after the last kiss has been shared, after the last stone has been touched. What remains is the memory, the legacy of 2 souls who dared to love beyond time. That is the true gift of Outlander. When fans look back years from now, they will not only remember the muskets, the revolutions, or the betrayals. They will remember Jamie whispering words of love that felt eternal. They will remember Claire's courage, her fight against fate, and her belief that love could heal even the deepest wounds. They will remember that no matter how far time bends, love can always find its way back. This is what makes Outlander immortal. It's not the battles, not the crowns, not the wars, but the simple truth that even when everything changes, love remains. Season 8 is not just closing a story. It is writing a farewell letter that will echo forever in the hearts of those who have walked this path with Jamie and Claire. So, as we prepare for Episode 1 of the final season, we are not just saying goodbye. We are honoring a legacy. A legacy written in fire, in time, and in love. The kind of legacy that never truly ends. Because Outlander has always been more than a show, has been a promise. A promise that love, no matter how impossible, will always find a way. The stones have spoken, the battles have raged, and the love story that defied centuries is drawing to its end. Season 8, Episode 1 is not just another beginning, it is the beginning of the last goodbye. The trailer has given us a taste of heartbreak, and hope, of war and whispers, of the flames that will light the path to Outlander's final chapter. But remember this: legends do not end when the screen fades to black. Legends live on in the hearts of those who carry them forward. And Outlander has become a legend for every fan who believed in Jamie and Claire, for every moment we cried with them, for every time we held our breath as fate tried to tear them apart. Now, the journey belongs to you. What do you think this ending will bring? Will Jamie and Claire find peace? Or will destiny ask them for one final sacrifice? Which moment from the trailer struck deepest in your heart? Share your thoughts below, because this farewell belongs not only to the story, but to every one of us who has lived inside it. The end is near, but the love will never die. Outlander Season 8 begins its final march in 2026. Prepare for the battles, hold on to the love, and remember their story may close, but their legacy will live forever. And if this trailer has left you with chills, don't just watch, be part of the journey. Subscribe, stay tuned, and join me as we count down to the end of Outlander, because together we will see how history, time, and love finally write their last chapter.